Hi, everybody. It's your favorite time of the week. It is Friday. It's time for Star Trek and Chill. We'll provide a lot of those things. We got a lot to talk about. We're all wearing fun things, big smiles. Oh, it's just going to be the best day of your life. We're going to have contests, prizes maybe. And we're going to talk about, look, Star Trek Prodigy had some airplane stuff happening. Did you hear about that? It's huge news. Star Trek fans, and especially Prodigy fans, are just the best people in the world, and they want to let the world know that they want their freaking show to get picked up so that we can all watch it. Also, there's some Star Trek Day news. It's different, and it's interesting, and it's vast, and there's a lot going on and a lot to cover there. Also, did you hear that Terry Matalas, the showrunner of Star Trek Picard, said that he pitched a whole Jake Sisko storyline for Picard, and now he's kind of floating the idea of doing it as like a true crime podcast where Jake Sisko is like, you know, uncovering a bunch of stuff. Anyway, we'll get into all of that stuff. This is legit. This just happened yesterday, and there's so much more news. Also, we're going to talk about where you like to go. Are you the kind of person that when you have a day off or a week off, you want to go to the mountains? Or do you want to go to the beach? Or are you like a desert kind of person? What kind of topography do you like to hang out in if you had your druthers? And meteorologist Katie is going to tell us about, what was it, the underpants gnomes or something like that?
Yeah, it's like something night crawlers. I gotta find, they're cryptids. There have to be people in the chat who have heard of cryptids. The cryptid pants, the Fresno night crawler. That was it. And it's just this pair of pants that roams around the woods, and all I can assume is pants people. It's in Yosemite, sort of thing. Yeah. Allegedly seen in Fresno and Yosemite in the 2000s. The Fresno night crawler is a California cryptid that resembles a ghostly pair of pants.
Wow. We got to go to Yosemite, y'all.
I know.
Yes. Maybe Mothman will show up. It'll just be a whole ball.
So anyway, we'll talk about all of those things, everybody. But look, Melissa Longo is here wearing a cat.
A cat.
Oh, I mean, she's wearing her.
Move her out of the way, but brand new.
Woo!
Woo.
She's wearing a Riza and Chill really cool shirt. I almost wore my Riza and Chill shirt, but I decided, I'm like, hey, it's hot. We got about another month of hot weather, according to Katie, probably. So I'm wearing my cool Neelix and Chill tank top. This is my first time ever wearing it, and it's so comfortable.
Ooh, it looks like you're going into decontamination gel.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. It's such a cool shirt. I went out for a 4-minute walk around my neighborhood, and 17 dogs, cats, and little baby skunks all came up to me to cuddle. So it's a really...
You're a Disney princess.
Yes, it really just, if you wear a Neelix and Chill shirt, everybody will want to chill with you. It's also great for the gym, or great for a walk or a hot day or whatever. Anyway, so you could get this and what Melissa's wearing at the Star Trek and Chill online store. It's the link in the description box below. Anyway, enough about that. Look, Charlene Schmidt is here.
But also what Katie's wearing.
And
I know, but I was going to do that. I was going to try to spread it out.
Sorry.
I was going to try
Don't
to.
look at it.
Is it one
to
word?
deflect for me.
Is it one word, or should I spread them apart? I don't know. Okay, well, look, Katie, meteorologist Katie is here.
Hello.
And she's
There it is. Yay.
prune
It's
juice
so
and chill.
comfortable.
It's a warrior
And it raises
shirt.
questions at the TSA if you wear it when you go through.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's one of the TSA workers is a Star Trek fan. They're like, where did you get this? I was like, Star Trek and Chill, y'all.
Nice.
Excellent.
Repping it through the TSA.
Look, Char Schmidt is here, everybody.
That's right. Hello, everybody. Missed you all last week.
We missed you.
Missed you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of course, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel is here, fresh back from partying in New York.
Oh, birthday party. Hi.
Ooh. Sounds fun. Was there cake?
No, but there was pizza.
Cellular
I'm getting pizza tonight. I'm so
Oh
excited.
my God, it's so good. I love New York pizza.
We haven't had
What's-
pizza in a while.
Is New York pizza like the thin crust?
Mhm.
And you fold it.
Thin
Delicious.
crust doesn't do it for me.
Nope, it has to be like Chicago deep dish casserole style pizza.
Well, the crust itself isn't
Mm.
thin.
It's
But it's
substantial.
full. It is substantial. It's just the part where the cheese and the sauce are thin. Full.
I'm too Midwestern for
delicious.
that. I need all the cheese you can fit on a slice legally.
Does anybody not care if it's pizza, you'll eat it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
I'll eat it no matter what. That's it. So let's talk about what we're drinking before we get into this. Bird of Prey 5, hello, Dave Gregory. Hi, Chris Marshall, Volk, Shiva the Destroyer, Linda Anderegg. Oh, Linda Anderegg, you have a shirt coming your way, by the way. FYI, it should arrive in about a week, so look out for that. Hey, Glenn Iverson, War Dog Heim, and Puka, what's up? Greg, hello, Fran Iverson, hi.
Iverson pizza night too. They always get
those
pizza Fridays.
luckies. Aaron Walke, what's up? He says, my favorite pizza in New York is the bee sting pizza from Roberta's in Williamsburg.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
I haven't had
You know-
that one, but I've been there.
That makes me think that honey on a cheese pizza might actually taste good.
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting.
Possibly.
Like honey and artichoke hearts. Does that sound crazy?
Ooh,
And lots of
Oh, I
cheese.
love
Salty.
artichoke on pizza.
I don't know why. Anyway, what are you drinking today, Melissa?
I am drinking this yuzu mandarin sparkling water, and out of my Star Trek day glass because it's
Nice.
refreshing and it's hot outside.
I was going to say your can sounded empty, but then when you pulled up the glass, I'm like, okay, that's why. I was like, is she tricking us? What are you drinking, Shar?
I recently discovered that I like diet ginger ale. I
Oh.
cannot stand regular ginger ale, but something about diet
Really?
ginger ale is very refreshing and nice. So I got myself like a whole Soda Stream bottle. There we go.
Wow.
And then like the other half is very almost filled to the top right here.
Nice.
Wow.
So we're doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yum. You guys remember the A&W, like, what are they, restaurants or
Drive-in?
fast food
Oh,
places?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
They
don't
still
know
have
why.
one in Sioux City.
That's-
It's combined with the Long John Silver's because that's the combo everyone wants.
Oh my God. The combination A&W and Long John Silver's. Ew.
I don't know what that means.
Awful.
Get yourself some shrimp and a root beer float.
Yeah, dude, the smell that emanates from because it's next to the Chick-fil-A, and then it's the combination of the three.
You guys are killing Melissa right now. She's picturing shrimp flavored ice cream right now with little
Ew.
shrimp tail chunks.
No.
Gross.
I
Okay.
feel like
No.
shrimp ice cream would taste better than whatever they're cooking.
No, let's save this conversation. A&W root beer. Is it the best?
I've never
We've-
had
I-
it,
I-
here, so I wouldn't know.
This is definitely a conversation. I feel like we may have had this back in the
Did we?
day, but we should absolutely revive it. This is a legitimate
episodes
question.
There should be
It's
a poll.
definitely a poll. Yeah.
Of course, it's a tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, are you drinking coffee?
Yes,
Captain Janeway would approve.
yes, black, but with also skim milk.
All right.
I mean,
I like
it's quite a-
Anne-Marie's
It was quite a happy
answers.
hour.
Her answers so far have been hi and yes.
You're like Kosh on Babylon 5.
Yes.
Who's that?
Oh, wouldn't you like
You don't know who that is, do you?
I'm going to
I
find
don't
out. I'm
even
going to
know.
watch Babylon 5. I'm going to do it. Once the
Please
strike is
do.
over, I'm going to watch it.
All right.
Nice.
I'm going to hold you
Got to
to
get
that,
my
sir.
priorities.
native spare parts to the conversion van we used to own in the 90s. It's like that weird polished wood. It's he's interesting. That's his suit.
Katie, what are you drinking today? Two kinds of water.
I
Competition.
just one, but it's room temperature this time. I'm now testing if temperature varies how it tastes, because it apparently has infused minerals for flavor. There's a little bit of a difference. It's ever so subtle, but it's there.
You know,
My
I know
life is
somebody,
so boring right now. Oh my gosh.
not to name names, but I know somebody who has said that they don't like water. They don't drink the water because they, quote, don't like the taste.
But
I know.
yeah, but yeah.
They could put a lemon in it.
They're like, yuck, water. Barf.
Have you
so
checked
good.
out rabies?
I'm having this delicious polar natural seltzer, and the flavor is, where'd it go? It's like a orange. Oh yeah, there it is. Orange vanilla. Yum. You can barely see it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've had it a few times. It's very flavorful. I like
It's
it.
like a creamsicle.
Sounds
Yeah, it's like an
refreshing.
orange Julius.
Mm.
Oh,
I've
talk
been
about
to-
throwbacks.
I know.
You know what that? You guys have time
It's
for
like
a quick story.
Flintstone push-up.
Yes.
Of course.
So here's a quick story. I don't know why this reminded me of that, but back in my college days, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was going to this nice college called West Valley College in Northern California with a couple friends of mine, and we would drive over together and then drive back together and have fun. You know, it's a fun time, you know, back in those college days. Katie, you're basically still in your college days,
Pretty
so
much.
you get this. And we were taking a final. We were all in a class together, and we were taking a final. And the teacher says, hey, everybody pull out your Scantron sheets. Remember those Scantron things?
Yes.
And then we all looked at each other like, I didn't know we were supposed to have a Scantron thing. I thought I was just going to take a test. So those two guys were like, okay, well, we'll go run to the student store or whatever, and we'll run back with the Scantron sheets for all of us, you know, and I'll just sit here and watch their bags or something, look like a weirdo. So they run off and I wait and I wait and I freaking wait for like 30 minutes. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Actually, they must have taken their, I don't know. Anyway, so finally, I'm like, well, I'm on my own here. So I asked somebody next to me, I'm like, hey, does anybody have a Scantron sheet, you know, for me, like a beggar?
You
And somebody
fire
gave-
on those Scantrons?
Yeah, yeah. And so
Sometimes.
I got it, you know, somebody gave me one. I took the test. I'm kind of understandably a little upset. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So then as I'm leaving the class, I'm walking out and I see the two of them meandering back, coming. They're like, oh, hey, they're both holding a big old Jamba Juice in their hand. They're just loving life. And I'm like, what the happened? And they're like, we were just kind of like, and we went to Jamba Juice. And I'm like, you didn't tell me. I'm sitting here just waiting. So I don't know why that. I think it was because sometimes afterwards we'd go to Jamba Juice or get Orange Julius. So I thought, but anyway, I couldn't have Jamba Juice for like 5 years after that. Because anytime anybody mentioned it, I was just so mad. Anyway, that's weird.
Oh.
I'll never
God.
You
forgive
were
them
bitter
for
by
that.
the experience.
They were willing to just fail a class. They were just like, fuck it.
How much they love Jamba Juice.
Maniacs.
Like, look, Jamba Juice is good, but it's not that good, is it?
No, that you can't wait an hour
Yeah.
past your
Yeah,
class.
for real. You must
Anyway,
have been really thirsty.
Yeah, that's like stressing me out.
I yeah,
And
feel a little stressed
it's-
myself.
It's a class you pay for. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's,
you're just wasting your
That's
money.
on your permanent records.
It was just baffling.
How are you going to get into med
Yeah.
school? What are they doing?
I don't think they were aiming for med school.
Obviously not.
Asshole.
let's just
I'm getting
let's
anxiety.
yeah, let's just go ahead and cut that right there. The med school talk. They weren't even trying to get a C, clearly. Anyway, so let's talk about the big news here, everybody. This was so big. This news is so big. It was actually picked up by the Hollywood Reporter. They report on Hollywood stuff.
Amazing.
So the Hollywood Reporter says Star Trek Prodigy banner flown over Netflix offices in effort to save show. A GoFundMe fan campaign resulted in a plane flying over the offices of several streamers as fans try to get a streamer to pick up the Star Trek series canceled by Paramount Plus. And it reads, a group of Star Trek fans have banded together to try and save the recently canceled Star Trek Prodigy, which was axed by Paramount Plus ahead of its planned second season return. After gathering 33,000 signatures in a petition on change.org, I'm going to stop right there and say 33,000 signatures so far.
That's right.
In a petition
Exactly.
on change.org and raising money via GoFundMe, the fans contracted a plane to fly a Save Star Trek Prodigy banner over the Los Angeles offices, Amazon, Hulu, and Apple, including circling for 10 minutes over the Netflix offices on Sunset Boulevard.
So good.
Co-showrunners Dan and Kevin Hageman took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to praise the effort.
Awesome.
Quote, "This is incredible. We owe these Trek fans a pint and our lifetime devotion. Blessed to have people like all of you in our stratosphere." End quote. Fans also joined co-executive producer Aaron J. Waltke and voice actress Bonnie Gordon outside of the Netflix building. Did you guys see all those cool pictures?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to get
Oh.
out
No
and
new Star Trek
see
for 1 week
the
and we
banner.
just get out.
Melissa, you tried to you went to Hulu, right? Well, first
I did.
here's the tweet right here from Kevin and Dan Hageman. They quote tweeted Peter J. Hutchinson's pictures. This is such a great shot because you can actually see the banner and the plane flying over Netflix. That is a perfect shot right there.
Yeah,
Somebody also photoshopped the shuttlecraft instead of the plane, which was really funny.
that was cute.
So, Melissa, what happened?
Oh, well, I got to Hulu at 11:30 when the allotted start time was supposed to go. And I waited and I waited and I waited for an hour. There was nothing. But apparently there was a delay because of the weather and cloud coverage. So, and I had other things to do as well yesterday. So, I could only wait so long, but I did try. And I saw a little robot rolling down the street by itself. And it was,
You got to see one, like an Amazon robot?
well, I don't know
Or
what
like
it said,
from Mars?
but I sent you the little video of it. It's 10 seconds in your text. But yeah, it was, I think it said Coco or something on the side.
Oh, yeah.
But I was
Actually,
like,
one of those food delivery
it's
ones.
so cute. It's all
They
by
get run
itself.
over a lot on college campuses.
I don't doubt it.
It's so cute. But
All right.
yes.
Well, that's good news, though, because I was a little worried, as were a lot of people were worried that the delay meant something was wrong, but they were just doing their due diligence to make sure it was all seen, it was all safe, it was all good. And it's really cool that people like Aaron J. Waltke, like people from the LA away team, like people like Bonnie Gordon, stayed out there. Larry Nemechek, they stayed out
Yes.
there, they waited, they camped out, and it was all worth it because they all took
And
such
like
amazing
took pictures before it even showed up for the hype. And like, I think her name is Meg from the UK who like helped do all of this. She was like sending like how to do the radar to see where everybody like the plane was and giving updates, and Erin was retweeting. It was just so much fun to watch. I loved
I think
it.
her name's Michelle, but
Oh, okay.
she's the one that organized the fundraiser and then scheduled everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bravo
it's
to
like Meg's
her.
Mama. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. She was amazing. So organized. I'm just so
Yeah.
impressed.
She just said, okay, we can make this happen. And did it.
It's incredible.
And
It's great. I
love
really
the
wanted to come out and
footage.
see it. And unfortunately, I got drowned in coding all day yesterday.
Aw.
My job kind of got in the way of doing the fun
Boo.
things. So I caught
What's
up on everything
that?
after the fact. I know. Lame.
You know, who knows, you know, with these kind of things, how much they move the needle, but it most definitely, at the very least, moves the needle a little bit. Like if there's a group that is 99% sure they're going to pick it up, this is going to bump it hopefully to 100. If there's some people that aren't returning emails or kind of like, you know, a little too busy or not sure, these are the kind of things that grab attention. And not just that, but overall, I would think that articles and tweets and retweets just raises awareness so that once it is picked up, there will be more viewership. So this is kind of like a long game thing that kind of feels like it would be raising that tide for everybody involved in this kind of situation. So it can be nothing but
morale. That was the big thing. Like, even if it doesn't move the needle too much, everyone started hyping up Prodigy again. So it's like, hey, keep the fire burning.
Yep. Every bit helps. Keep it up, guys.
It also, I think it makes it easier for, say, like the producers or the execs that are trying to pitch it and sell it. It's one thing for them to say, our fans are rabid, they support us, they'll do anything for us, they're so good. And it's another thing for the fans to go out and prove it, you know, without them.
Totally.
They learned about aviation.
So here is what I was talking about with our good buddy Aaron J. Waltke. This is in the LA away team. Shout out to our good friend Yesenia Mascoro. So this is Aaron, Yesenia. Oh, this is
Aaron. Boys, you're not
That's
Aaron.
the other
Yes.
Aaron Harvey.
Yes, Aaron Harvey. That's right. So it's an Aaron sandwich, and they're at Netflix holding up the sign, the LA away team. That's a great one. You know, a lot of these are going to have pictures of that. Great time. So we do love the LA away team, and we love the Prodigy team.
Also, John Orchiola, I think, was there. Tony Pascal from Trek Movie. Amazing.
Trek Movie was one of the first to do some kind of tweeting or retweeting of that event. I think they were tweeting it out pretty quickly, which is cool. But I think screenrant.com, John Orchiola, did put up the very first article. I'm not sure, but I think he was the first. This guy's got his thumb on the pulse of, they say your thumb, Anne-Marie, they say your thumb has its own pulse, so you shouldn't be taking a pulse with a thumb.
Remember,
is that true?
I taught you this. This is how I told you this the other day. Like, okay, I mean, everything in your body is a pulse if you're alive, but which I hope you are. But
Hopefully.
like my trick to make sure I'm never by mistake, because like a rookie mistake for like med student or like early resident is to take someone's pulse and then they actually were taking their own pulse because their pulse was so strong. So I always put like 2 fingers on my own neck when I take people's pulses so that I know like it's not my own pulse.
Oh, clever.
Yeah.
That's what I've always heard, though, is that you're supposed to do this instead of the thumb. But I've always been able to just use my thumb.
Well, the other thing about your these are more sensitive.
Okay. So now we know.
Mhm.
Was there more to this article, this Hollywood Reporter? Let me see. Yeah, it kind of covers.
Some of them talk about how like Expanse got season 5 and 6 by doing this.
Really?
Yeah, they had really great luck with it. And I think Aaron Wilkie said maybe one other show did it too. Timeless. I'm not sure what that is.
What's
On
this
NBC.
Expanse story? Do you know much about it?
Only that's how they got picked up by Amazon for seasons 5 and 6. But
That's the
love that
next show I
people
need
are
to watch.
saying- Yeah, I love that people are saying this is like be Joe Trimble, the next generation. So cute.
There's another fun one from Aaron J. Waltke retweeting. Peter J. Hutchinson saying the Klingons are coming. And this young fellow has a hashtag Save Star Trek Prodigy banner. That's a great
Like
one.
such great teeth for a Klingon too.
Do you have a dental plan on that ship?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Do you see what's trending? Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Legacy, and R.I.P. Wyndham Rotunda for everybody at home that knows who Bray Wyatt is. He sadly passed away yesterday at the young age of 36, which
Wow.
is terrible, of a heart attack, apparently. Everybody in the
Wow.
live chat, this is the pop quiz. Who is Bray Wyatt? Back of the head will know for sure.
That's how I found out.
Okay.
Google search.
I sent you a tweet on your direct like Twitter message. Should I resend it just to your
Yeah.
messenger? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We do love good things. So let's check the live chat while that's going on, because we have so much more to talk about still.
Okay, well, it's in your Facebook Messenger, whatever.
Aaron Waltke says, here is the Expanse skywriting banner. So hopefully there's a link
Oh, it's got a link.
following that, or else we can Google it.
Cool.
I'd love to see the evolution of these skywriting banners, like save Star Trek Prodigy, renew something something. So help me, if you don't renew this show, we're gonna lose it. Like, how much can we fit on these?
It gets progressively more expensive each time.
Yes. This is a manifesto as well as a threat. Renew this show.
I'd love to see a whole manifesto flying in the air.
Oh my God.
Get it
It's
to
from
I
the
do that?
shoot. The shoot, the best manifesto of all time.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I do think I remember this. This image looks familiar to me. Check it out. Here is The Expanse. And this got him a couple more
Hey.
seasons, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah,
do
weren't they able
know-
to finish the show?
Yeah,
Is
they
that right?
did.
Okay.
I do know that it's a lot of hardcore sci-fi fans that I know really like that show. Like people, oh, you saw Melissa.
I love that show. So good. Great storytelling. So good.
Also heard the science is much better, like where they're actually trying to adhere to laws of actual science.
Yeah.
Especially-
it's
Isn't that like isn't that like, hold on, let me just fact check. I thought somebody worked on Star Trek worked on that.
I want to say you're right, but I have no idea
No,
who.
isn't it Naveen Shankar?
Naren Shankar?
It could be wrong.
While you're looking that up, here is the animated tweet.
So funny.
Oh, I love this.
it is Naren Shankar, but yeah,
This is
amazing.
at Only the Janeway, and it's got Janeway and Murph dancing under
So
the
cute.
I watched it so many times
Banner.
last night. It's embarrassing. So cute.
That's
You
really
guys
good.
I think everybody but Katie here is old enough to remember the dancing baby.
I was gonna say it's
When
like
that was a
Ally
thing?
McBeal. Yes,
We got dancing Janeway now.
exactly.
I could watch that for a while.
It's like
Yeah,
hypnotizing.
it's hypnotic. Who doesn't want to
Okay.
dance with Janeway right
Is
now?
Murph smacking his own butt? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
yes, he is.
He's got a dance style.
He's got the butt
Dance
smack style.
style.
All right.
It's amazing.
That's pretty good. So that's really cool. Everybody in the live chat, I want to check in on y'all. If anybody out there saw it themselves, Aaron Waltke did. John Orkiola in the live chat, did you actually see it in person, or were you waiting at home feverishly to type away and get that article ready? I think that's what he was doing. He was handling
For
it
this
behind
speed,
the
he
desk.
must have like a Neuralink or something. Just then thinks of the article, post it. Y'all are fast. Fast.
Scott Jensen the 13th answered the question about Bray Wyatt. He was a wrestler, he says. That is true. He was a very successful wrestler. Sadly died at the age of 36. He was also married to like the ring announcer or something like that. I believe he was married to the ring announcer. Anyway, real bummer. He was very respected in his field.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Respected podcast.
Oh, that's right. So that's the news about that. Aaron J. Waltke, since he's in the live chat, I think he's going to give us an actual date that Star Trek Prodigy will be picked up. That's
No pressure.
yeah. We'll just hang out right here and watch that happen, I bet.
You just take
Sure.
a note from a meteorologist playbook and just kind of shrug and be like, when it happens, it happens.
That's true.
Works
It's
every
like the
time.
weather. It's like the weather and traffic. It's going to do its thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. We're just here for the ride.
You're going to get what you get.
Mhm.
Do you guys think that when Prodigy gets picked up, they are going to announce a third season? Or do you think they're going to do like a wait and see? Like if, say, Netflix picks them up, are they going to say, well, let's see what our numbers are? And then when we're done with that, once we see that, how that season went, we'll make a decision. Because if they do that, then the writers theoretically should be writing and, producing season 3 while we're watching season 2. And a lot
Bingo.
of times, but they, can they really do that if Netflix or whomever or Amazon or Hulu is saying wait and see? A lot of times what I've seen is studios will pay a writer's room to kind of get an overview of, say, season 3, not a green light, but just say, all right, we're going to pay you guys, like a minimal writer's room to kind of, write out that season. We're going to look at it. We're going to check the numbers, and then we'll decide if we're going to green light it and go fully into it.
How crazy it would be if Netflix picked it up, because Netflix would release it all at once. And then we'd have like a million episodes to talk about all in like one day.
God.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
Binge Prodigy.
Oh, I love and hate
mean,
that idea.
I know.
They'd probably do like 10 and 10, right? But even that's like, we're not
Even
used to that.
Crazy.
Honestly, it's so
lot.
good to digest one at a time and then
Mhm.
binge it. But in the while you are waiting, you're like, oh my God, I want to watch the next 5. Would you please hurry
I
up?
know. Like with Star Trek, it's so good. I love being able to well, I'm biased, but I love Seventh Rule. So I love getting to hear from the writer of each different episode separately, so we can enjoy everything. It'll be so crazy to see, because I'm sure it'll get picked up by somebody.
Mhm.
But if
It's
I
gotta
were
be.
them and I bought them, I would immediately start season 3, because I wouldn't want Paramount seeing how good season 2 does, and then suddenly jacking up the prices for the IP content or
Mhm.
whatever, however that works, because it's not just out of thin air. It has to do with characters that other Star Trek invented. I don't know how that works.
Money.
I have no idea how it actually works, but I would think if you're going to take a chance on the show and air the second season, you would want to keep up that momentum and have season 3 ready to go as soon as possible. So I would hope that there would be a deal to air season 2 and then produce season 3 and then in the meantime review. But my bias conflicts with the reality of the situation, of course. So I don't know.
I kind of feel like it's one of those hit the ground running situations where once everything with the strike gets sorted and it goes back to production and things, you'll want to have something, you'll want to have a game plan immediately set up so you can start going. So that does bode a little bit more in the favor of maybe greenlighting season 3 so you can already get launched into it.
Well, that was my thinking too. Initially, seems to me it would be smarter to buy a multiple season package or do some kind of contract like that. But Hulu didn't do that with the Orville.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So-
It just feels like, and I have no idea, and I have no knowledge or, past experience with this, but it feels like if Prodigy, which is a Star Trek show that's always been on Paramount and all Star Trek stuff is being produced by them, it feels like if they went to a new network or a new app, I feel like they would just say, let's take it one step at a time, because it's an unknown kind of quantity, like I feel like the numbers should speak for themselves, but they're all just people, and people sometimes get a little nervous or a little, worried. So, I mean, hopefully they pick
Well,
up a bunch, but I think they'll
Maybe
just
with
take
the
it.
exception of Netflix, because Netflix did have like those amazing numbers with all Star Treks, where they were releasing things that were like
That'd be
Netflix
great.
was, even Discovery was like #1 in a bunch of countries for like the most watched show by families.
Why'd you say even Discovery?
Well, I just think because they weren't on Netflix in America, and also like that was only for a couple of years, as opposed to like the '90s Star Treks that they had on for like a decade, and those were giving them amazing numbers.
Quick correction, back of the head, who's an expert at wrestling stuff, John Orchiola of Screen Rant, says that Bray Wyatt was actually engaged to JoJo Offerman, the ring announcer, not married.
Okay.
And Aaron Waltke says, close your eyes, manifest a time and place where Prodigy will return. Listen to the palm trees swaying in the breeze. That is your answer.
Rio?
Do we have palm trees in our
Zen.
picture? I think that might be a palm tree.
It's a palm tree.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, so let's see what else is going on in the live chat. Wardogheim says, Shar, you aren't a studio suit. Your clear thinking doesn't go along with the suit's way of thought.
Darn
Sounds
that
like a
logic,
slight.
isn't it?
Always getting in the way.
Anyway, that's all exciting. Really hoping and expecting it's going to get picked up. We won't know when. Obviously, with the WGA strike, they're not going to be writing anyway anytime soon, but hopefully that ends in the next matter of weeks, and then we'll see what happens.
If people decide not to be stupid. Bob Iger.
Like who, Katie?
Bob Iger.
That's it. We just got cut off.
Yeah, they just shut off.
This
on
thing's going to
YouTube.
mysteriously
You're done.
disappear.
All of a sudden, this giant hook comes in and I'm gone.
I loved that movie, actually. I thought that was a really good movie.
Hook?
Hook?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's one of the
Robin
best
Williams.
movies ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
good.
love it all so much.
It's always fun
So
when
good.
people cosplay that movie as a group.
Rufio,
Like,
especially.
I love those cosplays.
Uh-oh, the live chat's getting a little too zany right now. Aaron Waldke says, I'm trying to figure out which scotch I should pour for myself. And of course, where'd he go? Wardogheim, I thought, I already lost it. He says all of them. So
Hey,
Well,
you know what?
here's-
It's Friday night. Go for it.
The issue
But
was that I don't know regions in Scotland besides like Brigadoon, which isn't even real. So I couldn't voice an opinion.
mhm.
The
I
high.
Oh.
just grab the one that looks like it's calling to you.
Dune. Oh my gosh. I did that musical in high school.
Linda's
musical
calling
is
for a
that?
poll in the chat. You know what? We haven't had a
I'm doing
poll
it
yet.
actually right now, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
She is psychic.
Oh, well, I heard they were taking to the skies to request a poll.
Ah.
Okay, so the poll today is where you like to go or what you enjoy seeing. You know, obviously this one is fairly subject to interpretation, but if somebody said, let's say you've got all these at your disposal, let's say there are transporters, and somebody said, you know, where do you want to hang out today? What do you want to, you got the day off, let's go. Would it be like, you want to just go on the hill? You just want to sit on a hill with like the grass blowing in
With
the
the
wind,
heather.
looking down at a valley, Or do you want to go to a beach? There are a lot of people that they love to go to beach. They love the beach day. They like the iodine in the air. They want to stick their feet in the sand, hear the caw of the seagulls. Some people just want to go up in the mountains and hike. A lot of people are like that. We also have the desert. The desert is just a peaceful, beautiful,
Refreshing.
inhospitable place. So that's our poll. After that, we'll have 4 more, and then we'll have a nice little tournament style. So this one's between mountain, beach, hills, and desert. And obviously, there are a lot of combinations of things because obviously there can be, deserts in the mountain, I guess. Not very frequent, but there can be lakes at a mountain, and a lake is definitely going to be an option.
But this is a great thing about California because we have all of these things.
Yep.
That's right.
So I can't answer this question because whatever I'm in the mood for is where I go.
Kind of got
Well,
that
it's funny 'cause
multifaceted response too. Like sometimes it's the beach and sometimes it's the mountains and sometimes even like the desert seems great.
It's
So
calming.
it just depends.
It's funny. I actually went to the beach yesterday with my 94-year-old neighbor. And have you
Wow.
ever seen a 94-year-old person go into like ice cold water like it was nothing? There were children looking like, oh my God, like it was a sight to behold. I want to be her when I grow up. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a badass.
Oh, she is. She mows her own yard. She has, I'm pretty sure, an illegal gambling ring when it comes to Rummy Cube or something. Like, she's a
Wow.
boss.
She sounds like goals. If I live to be 94, I want to be like her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So while we're doing that poll here, everybody check out this news from screenrant.com. It's entitled, Captain Sisko's son from Star Trek Deep Space Nine was almost in Picard Season 3, reveals showrunner. Star Trek Picard showrunner Terry Matalas tells Cirroc Lofton on the Seventh Rule podcast about how Jake Sisko could have factored into Season 3. And it reads a little something like this. Star Trek Picard showrunner Terry Matalas reveals there was a plan to include Jake Sisko, Cirroc Lofton, from Star Trek Deep Space Nine in Season 3. A sequel to Star Trek The Next Generation, Picard Season 3 was also steeped in DS9 lore, with the Changelings, led by Captain Vadic, serving as primary villains. Jake Sisko, the son of Deep Space Nine's Captain Benjamin Sisko, could have had a natural role to play in Picard's Season 3 conspiracy about changelings infiltrating Starfleet.
Discover.
Appearing on the Seventh Rule podcast, Terry Matalas told hosts Cirroc Lofton and, oh, look at that, Ryan T. Husk, about his aborted plan to include Jake Sisko in Star Trek Picard Season 3. After Cirroc mused about how Jake, who is a writer and a journalist, could have fit into certain scenes in Picard Seasons 1 and 3. Read Matalas's quote and watch the Seventh Rule video with the conversation starting at the 12:05 timestamp below. Here's the quote. Terry says, we had many Jake conversations in the Season 3 writer's room. And one of the ideas was, because Season 3 is a conspiracy, and people like Ro Laren and our heroes realizing that changelings have infiltrated Starfleet. There's a moment, actually, where Ro Laren says, quote, I even tried going to the press. That was Jake Sisko. We didn't have the money, mostly, to do it for set reasons, but you would cut to Jake Sisko, this journalist who's starting to put together, whose specialty is Starfleet because of obviously his background, and that's his focus. He's realizing weird shit's going on. Things are being reported, but then dismissed. He's covering Frontier Day, but there's a lot of things about it that don't make sense. And as he goes down the rabbit hole, he starts to figure out what's up. So obviously, Sirach and I were very excited to hear this. This was just yesterday on the Seventh Rule podcast. Everybody could go check that out yourself. Watch the entire, it was a season 3 review with Terry Metalis as a guest because he knows the season pretty well. And Sirach actually had a couple little nitpicks in there to toss at Terry, which was pretty cool. But anyway, so check that out, everybody. That's on the Seventh Rule podcast. It's a kind of a season 3 review and revisiting.
Couple things in the live chat. Justin Weir says we should have got a banner for that. Like, yeah, that's our bad. Next time.
What if we could piggyback a banner? Like it's like save Star Trek Prodigy, and then like behind it we like tie like a you know, a Ralph's or Vaughn's plastic bag, you know, that just somebody writes on it. It's like, and Jake Sisko or something, just kind of like fluttering in the back.
Imagine how much chaos they could have caused with that in the writer's room. You could have had like just a cutaway scene, a little beep beep, and be like, hey dad, can I get back to you in a second? Oh, people would lose their absolute mind. Like, you talk about conspiracies.
Also, Aaron Wilkie says there's always Prodigy season 3.
Right?
Amazing.
Now, when he
Plenty of time
says
for
there's
cameos.
always Prodigy season 3, I'm reading that as season 3 is guaranteed. That's how I read that.
I like your
Beacon
wishful
into the
thinking.
optimistic punch today.
People say things, but I hear when I extract what he says. He said always Prodigy season 3. He didn't say maybe. He didn't say hopefully. I heard September 2025 Prodigy season 3. That's what I heard.
You hear what you want to hear, huh?
With starring Jake Sisko. He would fit in pretty well, actually. Into
The kids would
Prodigy.
love him.
I think Jake Sisko would fit into all of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's always a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like legitimately such an amazing actor. Oh, I can't get enough of Jake on Deep Space Nine. It's incredible.
I mean, we could definitely see him on Prodigy because if they're on Earth, right, or off and on theoretically, he could definitely be there. Lower Decks, of course, could also do
Yes.
Jake Sisko. Star Trek Legacy, of course, could.
Definitely.
Starfleet Academy,
There you
journalism
go.
Yeah.
professor.
And there's nothing preventing him from going off world either.
Yeah.
No.
Sabbaticals. People take them.
Well, and
Is it like me every time there's a Seventh Rule like scheduling change? I'm like, let me just put a date in the calendar and then try and connect the dots. Like, has he been gone for a while? Like, maybe in the next season of Lord. So far, it hasn't amounted to anything, but I keep trying to like will it into existence.
With
Anne Marie's
Sirach.
house is just
Yeah.
twine and pins.
Yeah.
Little
Right.
Totally. It is. And a million screenshots. She takes screenshots on her phone.
Everything.
So if I ever say, hey, what was that thing on that stuff? She just like pulls up a screenshot from last year.
It's not creepy at all.
It sounds creepy.
Right now, I have like 35,000 screenshots only because my last phone broke. Otherwise, I'd have.
Oh my
one.
God.
Aw.
But it's true about Sirach is that I've been
such a good
preparing
secret
myself
keeper.
for years where I'm like, if he ever says I got an acting gig, I can't work this week or whatever it is, I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm not going to think about it. I'm like, no matter what it is, I just don't even, nothing.
You're so nice. I'd be like, let me check the odometer in his call. Let me just map quest how many miles
No
it takes
way.
to go to Paramount or Nickelodeon.
Rooting
his
for him all the
phone.
way. I don't want to mess it
Yeah.
up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
love
anyway,
that quote. There's a war going on. I'm a reporter. I love that.
now
So
another
good.
thing that Terry said, and you could see this is a clip that we just cut out on the Seventh Rule today, so you could check out just that clip if you'd like. But Terry also mentioned that something to the effect of, having Jake Sisko, as part of the storyline for season 3 of Picard. He says, he still wishes that it could happen. He was saying like it would be like a true crime podcast is the way he described it. So that could be really cool. Just because season 3 of Picard is over, what if, Terry's original pitch was, to do this Jake Sisko true crime kind of podcast where he's piecing all these things together, and he still wants to do it. I mean, I think that would be freaking awesome.
I would love to see Star Trek doing more in the podcast realm. This sounds like a perfect candidate, especially with the popularity of things like true crime podcasts, like the real ones, but basing it on that kind of a format. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's a
We
great
get Big Finish
supplemental.
audio.
Yeah, and also we have my other analogy is the Star Trek logs that Aaron Wolke was writing for Prodigy, and that also Discovery had, that were just such amazing supplementals to every single episode. I'm like, this would just be taking that that much further. It's so genius. For I would assume very little cost comparatively.
Well, and Shar, they keep dropping hints, or more than hints, that they are going to be doing, I think what they were calling it was audio dramas, right? Yeah. The con one, we keep hearing rumors of these audio dramas, which are basically what podcasts nowadays, right?
Well, the con one
and where is this? When is that coming?
Yeah, I was just wondering that the
They've
other
been
day.
talking about it for years.
To follow Nicholas Meyer. I think, is it coming before or after Star Trek 14? or the Rio's renovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real mark.
That's our barometer. Anything that is pie in the sky, we're like, all right, is it going to happen before Star Trek 14? What do you got for us, Melissa?
Aaron Waltke just said, I wrote a lot of those logs while touring Scotland.
Oh,
how fun.
We're along in Scotland.
Scotland.
Ben Nevis. Loch Lomond. There's Loch Lochy, which is just Lake Lakey. It's great. Those Scots know how to name things.
It's like when people say ATM machine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or PIN number.
Yeah.
Or VIN number. Or my favorite, in LA, we have the La Brea tar pits, which is a big tar pit of dinosaur bones right in the middle of LA. And what's funny about calling something the La Brea tar pits is La Brea in Spanish means the tar pits. So really what they're calling it is the tar pits.
On every podcast that's made by LA
amazing,
which is weird, I think. But it sounds cool.
They do have that town called Los Baños.
That's true. Off Highway 33 in California's beautiful Central Valley that doesn't at all smell like cow shit for 50 miles straight.
And there's so much to do out there.
Yeah, right.
Nothing but lively cities.
Yeah, livestock cities more like. So the results of the poll, where do you like to go? 4% said desert, which would have been my pick. I love the desert. I think it's beautiful and peaceful. Not terribly hospitable. 13% said hills. 37% said the biatch. And 44% said mountain. So the next half is coming up right now. There are going to be 4 more of these. Question remains, where would you like to go, or where do you like to go? And the options are city. Might as well put a city in there, right? Some people just want to go to downtown LA or something, which I think is gross, but some people like people like big cities,
Fun. There's old Hollywood stuff.
Yeah.
When you don't live in a big city, you want to go to the big city because that's exciting.
Ugh.
Then you live there and you're like, oh, why did I ever think this?
Yeah, I don't want to go into the city. Ugh.
So
that's exactly what happens.
For the 4th one, though, I may need everybody's help here. So we got city, a lake, a river or creek, I guess. But I couldn't think of a 4th and final one.
The country, the Midwest.
Yeah, the Midwest.
I just put rocks.
A valley?
Maybe you just want to walk around on pebbles or something. You could skip pebbles on other pebbles. I don't know. Valley.
Construction
Rocks.
site.
Totally.
The
A gravel
Arctic.
yard.
Caves. Bob D with caves.
Oh no, that's what it was.
Oh.
Forest.
Yeah.
Forest,
works.
right? Woods.
I like
Woods.
caves too.
Caves
Oh,
are
do we
cool.
need Okay, we'll do another one then. But I don't somebody better vote for rocks. Okay.
Ooh.
Weird.
Anne Marie says valley. What's that?
No, I just felt like the Midwest is very like it's just like the country.
It's flat.
Mhm.
Okay. So anyway, so what we have right now is the city,
Like,
lake, river, or rocks. How can city be winning right now, you guys?
City
This is
rules.
killing me.
Not everybody lives in LA.
Emery's logging into all her different accounts to vote.
So the nature is gorgeous.
She thinks if city wins, we're all going to go on a field trip to a city.
Yeah,
That's not.
But it
No, I love-
depends on the
I can't even
city.
choose. They're all
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, and it depends on the mountain and it depends on the lakes too. But I'm trying
Yeah.
to keep it kind of generic, you
I'm
know.
not really a beach
Yeah.
person, but
Melissa, are you a beach person? I feel like the rest of us maybe aren't.
I am a beach person. I love the ocean and I love exploring the little lagoons and all of the wildlife that is there. I'm not so
pools.
much, the layout and tan and that kind of thing that gets boring to me. But if there's something to explore, yes, I love the beach. But I love the desert too, and the mountains and the forest because there are things to explore there as well. Same with caves.
yeah,
So-
Earth rules. Earth's so amazing.
Mhm.
Honestly, you know what I think I got to go for, especially since it is National Park Day, a national park.
Ooh,
Any one of
that's
them.
good. Yeah.
Whether it's
thought of that.
Yellowstone, Yosemite, doesn't matter.
was-
Just go to a national park.
I was thinking of that earlier, but I was like, everybody's gonna pick that. Like, that's the
Yeah.
best. That's it. I'm like,
Well, they
because
encompass
they're
everything.
mhm.
I mean, Joshua Tree, that's basically a desert and
It
it's
is.
gorgeous. And then you have national parks that are in the mountains and then on the beach and yeah, so
Some that are in hills,
yeah.
like the hilly brush. All right, so let's this is interesting. Looks like we may be ending this one on a tie. Everybody get your last vote in for city, lake, river, or rocks. I love that rocks is actually hanging in there. We're gonna go on a
My
field trip.
God, you're so
We just need to
crazy.
find a
Did,
place that has a
though.
lot of rocks.
We did Vasquez
Vasquez
rocks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But that's
Those
also kind of like
rocks-
in the
That
high
is a great
desert.
field trip.
Yeah, but there are really big rocks to climb.
Very true.
Go climb a rock.
Yeah.
Or a run.
Yes. Ah.
What? What was that, Char?
I was like, I fell right into that one, didn't I? Bonk.
I like looking at Anne Marie when we're all laughing and she's just looking at her phone, concentrating on something.
She's
must
too
be
busy to be with our shenanigans.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, in the chat, Red Rocks. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes,
Ah.
yes, yes. One of the most beautiful places in the
Mhm.
continental 48 ever.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And it's not too far from LA. It's what, like hour and a half, something like that.
I was thinking of Colorado.
Yeah, Morrison, Colorado. So
Oh.
it's several hours away.
No, there's a place called Red Rock north of us, about an hour north of us. I shot some
Oh,
stuff there.
Huh.
I've never been to this place, or maybe I have in Colorado. Where in Colorado is it?
it's outside of Denver.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
East
in the
side.
foothills. Yeah.
It's
They
beautiful.
got in trouble this year because they didn't evacuate for hail and people got pelted.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, they got tenderized. They had like golf ball sized welts.
Are you talking
Ow.
about at the amphitheater?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yikes. Was this like a concert or something?
Yep. Yeah, there were severe storms all around. There was warnings and everything. No,
Oh,
no
wow.
evacuations. There's video of it that's just ridiculous.
Oh, wow. Okay. So for those who don't know, Red Rocks is an outdoor concert venue, and they totally should have seen that coming.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
It sparked a whole discussion about emergency management at concerts.
well, good, but it's too
Lack
bad it took
thereof,
that.
Yeah.
Similar to that, the coolest or most beautiful place I've ever seen is in neighboring Utah, Moab, Utah, southern Utah. It doesn't sound like much, saying, "Oh my God, the most beautiful place I've ever seen." Southern Utah sounds kind of, but anybody that's been knows. I mean,
No,
Arches,
it's gorgeous.
Arches National Park is just like, it's like magic, unbelievable.
Utah is unbelievably beautiful.
Yes, it is. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, even if you just want to drive around and see natural wonders, oh my gosh, even the canyons are like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, canyons is another one.
Hey.
And of course, our good buddy John Orchiola in the live chat knows that there was a wrestler named Canyon back in the day. Canyon, he was a tall guy. Kind of a weird name, but that's who it was. All right, so let's kill this poll here. Oh man, we ended it too late. Rocks was in second place, but now it's gotten bumped to third. I want to go to a field trip to Rocks. So River got 16%. This was really close. Rocks got 19%. Lake only got 21%. And City got 42%. War Dogheim in the live chat out in Montana. I'm sure when we mentioned Utah, he's like, Montana.
I want to get
It's so beautiful there too.
But he mentioned Zion National has some epic rocks. That's also in southern Utah, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
He says, I panicked and just poured myself some of the Romulan ale that one of the Czech Core guys gifted me at STLV.
Yes, that's always a good choice.
Shout out to
get more
our
of it.
pals at Trek
I love
Core.
those Czech Core guys, especially at Alex Perry. So fun.
Okay, so this final poll is the final four, or not the final four, but the final poll of the first round of this giant round Red Robin tournament is where do you like to go? The options are caves, forest, valley, and fields of grain, or fields of amber waves of grain, like
So
fields
grain or
of
grain?
grass or weeds.
Grain and grain. What is grain?
Or poppies.
Yeah.
Or pyramids.
Uh-huh.
Pyramids
wonders.
just popped into my head.
Yes, fields of pyramids.
It's a pyramid.
I think right now Melissa wants to diss a pyramid.
I don't care. Whatever.
Okay, so everybody check that one out. These final four is caves, forest, valley, or fields.
None of the above is an
Pyramids.
option.
There are like so many bugs and guano. I'm like terrified of caves.
Aw.
And like every
The
board
only-
exam on how you get weird infectious diseases
Ew, what
Well,
kind
the
of
only
infections can you
downside-
get there?
from like bat
Guano.
species. Among other
Okay.
No,
things.
the only downside to the fields is that you get corn sweat, and corn sweat just makes it unbearable to be in fields this time of year.
What's corn sweat?
Oh, so like corn and stuff, it releases a lot of moisture into the atmosphere, and as a result, like the dew point just gets ludicrously hot, or high. So it just makes it feel about 20 degrees warmer than it actually is. You're basically
Really?
drowning while standing in a field of corn.
That sounds
But
awful.
It depends on where the field is, because there are some wonderful
True.
fields in the UK.
Oh,
beautiful.
yes.
Rolling.
But they're nice
fields.
and cool compared to us.
Yes,
So
they
a lot
are.
of difference.
It's kind of my biggest life's disappointment, to be honest, was I tried to grow some corn in my garden a few years back and actually failed. And corn should grow in LA heat very easily. And I was like, what's wrong with me? I could
Oh,
grow
your dirt.
Huh?
strawberries and peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers and watermelons and cantaloupe and corn. I couldn't grow freaking corn.
you
I think I
bad
tried
dirt.
twice. No, the dirt was great for everything else. I'd love to blame the dirt.
New crop rotation. Oh, I guess that
And
is.
the worst part was then I walked 2 doors down and I'm walking by a neighbor of mine, their house 2 doors down. I'm walking by and I see their fence, and above their fence, I see corn stalks. Like,
They just went and they
growing-
looted your corn and then made their
just
own.
They were just rubbing it in. They were so big and lush and healthy and
They're
probably
from Home
delicious.
Depot to just mess with you.
I was
Yeah.
pissed.
The Halloween section.
All right. So this poll tournament here, this is really heating up, you guys. Fields got 5%.
Woo!
Valley got 18%. Sorry, Anne Marie. Valley.
I didn't vote. Oh, I don't think I voted. You know, so I didn't know what to vote for. They all sound awful. So many bugs.
Caves got 21% and Forest got 54%. Okay. Got it. So let's calculate this final 4. Forest is definitely going to make it. Did you guys vote?
I did.
Oh yes. I want
For
cave.
forest, but it's just like because there's probably like a place I can stay inside. You don't really see that many like
A
resorts and
cabin.
valleys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tree
I
house.
I don't want Lyme disease. Ugh.
All
I
right.
said forest because they have caves too.
That is true. Indiana, you can be walking and just find a massive cave system and just go and explore in the little woods.
Wow.
And then in the middle of a forest, you can find a field, and then sometimes a valley.
They're
So-
all a part of the same.
And you just might get lost.
Mhm.
All right. So we've got our final 4, the 4 finalists.
Oh, glacier.
And they are-
That's fun. We're on time. That's my dream,
Glacier.
Antarctica.
They're glaciers in Canada too. You don't even have to go that far.
No, but so the thing is, Antarctica, it's not even about the glaciers. There's one ATM at one dive bar on the whole continent, which I'm like, that must be the best dive bar of all dive bars. Like everybody has to go there. There's just one. So like that's why I want to go. Not even really for the glaciers. I just love
Yeah,
dive
but what
bars.
if you don't like somebody that frequents that bar? You can't go to another one.
I just feel
how
like
do you
it's gonna be
avoid
a
people?
party atmosphere in a really great way.
Hey, our good buddy Ryan Galloway is in the live chat. He's in Canada. He knows that you guys have glaciers just like strewn about all over the place in Canada. Probably.
Oh, that's fun. Aaron Waltke, whenever I tell people I spent my Hoosier youth occasionally spelunking, people would look at me funny, but that sounds kind of
Hey.
fun, depending on the size of the cave. Because I get claustrophobic.
I went to
But,
one cave ever, Cave of the Mounds in Wisconsin.
Ooh.
I think it's pretty small.
So our final 4, we got a champion from each of them and a little wild card. I think Beach was the wild card. Mountain, City, and Forest won theirs. So the final 4 are, I know this is exciting, Mountain,
Mountain rocks.
Beach, City, or Forest. Once again, that's Mountain, Beach, City, or Forest. We should have, but write in, you could write in for Rocks. Write in, Rocks is a write-in candidate.
How that
Oh
works.
my gosh.
I'm going to go to some rocks and just hang and nap there. Nap with some rocks. You could you can make a rock snowman.
Oh my
no, that
God,
would be
wait.
a rock
The
man.
funniest thing is that, okay, I'm just going to send you the picture. Hold on. Put a pin in it
Tell
while you're
us.
doing this. You have to see the picture for it to really have a full effect.
So it's a really tight race. Oh, Shar, you may have to leave in a minute or two, right?
I do. My dinner's coming a little earlier than
Ooh.
expected. We're getting food
Ah,
delivered
darn
tonight.
pizza.
So
Ooh.
since
It's my
you
pizza.
do, can you tell everybody where they can find you online?
Sure. Yeah. Find me at Oh the Profanity wherever I am at things.
That's a new
Yeah.
one, you guys. You know, there's a new one popping up every week. This one
Like
is things
whatever they're called.
with a Z.
Yeah. I've given up on all of that right now. I can't. I really can't. But I do go on some of them and occasionally post things. And I'm hoping I'll have like a fun little announcement soon. I'm trying to open up a store.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
look around for that.
Is it soap related?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yay.
Very good.
Amazing.
Very good. Keeping the world clean, one armpit at a time. Charlene Schmidt, everybody.
That's right, y'all.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. If you need to hop off, go enjoy
Yeah.
that
Oh,
pizza. We
thank you, Aaron,
appreciate
for
you.
doing my job for me. Sorry to cut in, but yeah, Mission Log Prodigy. That's the thing we do every now and again. We should have something coming up. I'm thinking the panel that we did at Vegas.
Ooh,
We will
Sage.
release
was
that as an
amazing.
episode.
that's great.
So-
That's
So
brilliant.
good.
Yeah, look for that coming soon. Not exactly sure when, but it'll happen.
All right.
Anyway,
We
all right, I'm
will.
gonna go get my food now. Good to see you all.
Nice.
enjoy
Take care.
enjoy your pizza with honey and artichoke hearts. Yum.
Mm.
Totally. Bye, y'all.
Okay,
All right,
so I just
everybody.
sent you a picture on your Facebook Messenger. Okay, so let me just like set this up. Inglorious Trexperts, our friends like Darren Doctorman and Mark A. Altman and company like Doug Drexler, Terry Farrell, they're all involved. They're doing like a Kickstarter right now to raise money to like make a documentary where they go to all these filming sites and like really deep dive the filming sites. But they have perks, and one of their perks is a pet rock, and it cracks me up so much. So I sent you the picture, Ryan.
I see. Here it is, everybody.
And it's from Vasquez Rocks.
Is that legal?
Aw.
Is that legal to
guess they
steal a
just
bunch of
pick up the
rocks?
rocks.
So when you go to Vasquez Rocks, it's
The
just gonna be like
best.
Vasquez dirt now. So this is the Vasquez Pet Rock. Meet Ernie, the world's first Vasquez Pet Rock. Get this limited edition Vasquez Pet Rock signed by the filmmakers with no kill
No
inscribed
kill
on the
it's
bottom.
A TOS phrase. Yeah.
So that's cool. There have already been 2 claimed out of 150. So get yours today.
Ooh.
What's the Kickstarter so people can go
Oh,
check it out, Amory?
Funny. Let me just it's makethetrek.com, or you can it's on Kickstarter, or you can just follow Inglorious Trek on Twitter and it's linked through that.
Great.
I saw
So fun.
pet rocks at the gift shop at Vasquez Rocks. You might have them.
Oh, so it's official then. So that's what it is. They got their pet rocks from Vasquez
then they
Rocks the
inscribe
legal
them?
way, the legitimate
Oh,
way, and
okay.
they sign it to make it worth a whole bunch of money. That's a great idea.
That's a great one.
Mhm.
So funny.
But not as great of an idea as this tournament final
Okay.
of where do you like to go? Final minute to vote on that, everybody. And we'll bring up our last news item here, which is what's happening in a couple weeks. And of course, Melissa says she preferred the show What's Happening Now.
Live in the present.
You see,
I'm just
you see,
kidding.
Katie, that was a television program from before your birth.
No.
So check it out. It is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com. It's entitled Star Trek Day 2023 to feature streaming special and Lower Decks theater screenings.
I love this.
Interesting. 57 years ago, Star Trek was born with the premiere of the original series on September 8th, 1966. This year, Paramount is celebrating the anniversary of its venerable franchise with online broadcast TV and theater events and more. We have all the details on this global celebration of Star Trek coming on Friday, September 8th, 2023. Star Trek Day streaming special hosted by Jerry O'Connell. Paramount has produced a Star Trek Day special program hosted by Jerry O'Connell, who plays Jack Ransom on Lower Decks. Here's how they describe the program. A salute to the
trailer's so cute.
A salute to the franchise. The special program will include segments that look back at memorable moments over the past 57 years, commemorate 50 years of Star Trek animation, pay tribute to Star Trek Discovery ahead of its final season, provide an exclusive sneak peek clip from the upcoming 4th season of Star Trek Lower Decks, and commemorate many other moments that highlight Star Trek's legacy. Okay, I want to see those. I want to see those Star Trek animated shorts. That's what I want for Star Trek Day, but they haven't confirmed that.
Well, on the teaser for what's being at the screenings, like that poster, it includes a bunch of animated characters, including somebody spotted War, who is confirmed as one of those like shorts. So they might be sharing them there, and then later on, I don't really know, but that's just like somebody's hypothesis on Twitter, which is a good point because it is like the rest of the people on that poster are definitely in animated shows that are going to be seen at the theaters.
I really hope so. Or I think it would be great if they just treated them like short treks back in the day and just release one every week.
Yeah.
Just a little treat.
Totally agree.
So it continues. This is interesting as well. It continues and says, animation celebration / Lower Decks theater screenings. This year, Paramount is also celebrating the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, the animated series, which debuted on September 8th, 1973. This includes special animation celebration theater screenings. Here is the official description. This is Star Trek Day. Or wait, sorry. Let's try that again. Take 2. This Star Trek Day commemorates the 50th anniversary with an evening of cartoon comedy, including 4 specially selected episodes of the hit animated series Star Trek Lower Decks. Fans can attend these exclusive free promotional screenings and experience the brand new season of Star Trek Lower Decks on the big screen. The day is jam-packed with sneak peeks and surprises, free concessions, giveaways, and more. This is a can't-miss event for longtime fans of Star Trek and adult animation across the US, Canada, and the UK. How funny would it be if the and more was like bigger than everything else? What if it was like, the day is jam-packed with sneak peeks, little trailers, cotton
You
candy.
get to be an extra.
And it's like, and more is like the release of Star Trek 14 that we didn't know that they were even filming. And be like, yeah, that was more.
Well, what I totally forgot somehow with all the Star Trek news is that Aaron Wolke wrote one of those amazing animated shorts.
Oh,
that's going to come out.
Oh yeah, do we know which one?
I don't know. I don't think we know. I don't know if we're allowed to ask.
I don't think that is known.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a
cool,
lot more about that. Everybody go check out the trekmovie.com article for more information on that. It doesn't sound like they're going to be doing anything in person. Just to speculate, may have something to do with the strikes.
Okay. Well, I have a hot take about that.
You have a hot take?
Yeah. Well, it's that, well, first of all, they're doing cities that don't really have stuff otherwise. And like Vancouver has some of the Lower Decks writers, which is really fun. And like, also, it's the same, honestly, it's the same people in New York and LA at every single one. So like, why not do things to get more fans involved? And then by having it on all these TV stations, like, I think that's great to get more eyes on the franchise and get more people interested and have like Strange New Worlds episodes actually on television. I think it's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense to me. Um,
I'm already
And-
signed up, and I'm
For which
already
one?
committed. Paramount Plus, and I'm already committed to Star Trek. Like,
oh,
they already won me over.
So let's close out the poll. We do have a winner. I was worried this would be the case. I mean, at least it's not city. I would quit. So
47 votes.
17%
Wow.
said city, 21% said mountain, 25% said forest, and the winner with 36%, the beach. That is the
Nice.
winner. When if we were to say, hey, I got a transporter, let's hang out somewhere for a few hours, most people, or the plurality of people, would say, let's go to the beach. Whatever.
I'm just
Oh, you're
super
muted, Katie. We
interested-
can't hear-
Oh no.
There you go. Okay. What are we giggling about?
What is the meaning of Aaron Wolke's comment? I think my animated short breaks my own record for most Trek cameos from different series.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm excited for that.
Whoa. Because
Like the Worf one?
well, I mean, like Kobayashi Maru here, we know
Right.
that episode, what was
I
it?
know.
Episode 6 of season 1. And it came out, I believe, on the 6th of January or 5th of January. It was in the first week
It
of
was the
January
first,
for sure.
yeah.
That was episode 6. Now, for most Trek cameos from different series. Okay. So are we talking about the most characters from different series, or characters from the most amount of series? Because the one in Prodigy, we had original series, we had Deep Space Nine, we
TNG.
had what?
TNG for Crusher.
Right. So it was those
Right.
3, right? We didn't have.
Yeah, Aaron just says Kobayashi previously held the record in all of Star Trek.
Ooh.
Believe that.
So if this breaks his record, that's pretty good.
Are we counting Janeway or Voyager in that? Probably
just
not in
wondering.
Kobayashi, because that's not a cameo. She's
Yeah.
part of the show.
Like hologram.
Mhm. So Aaron says both. So for example, if Kobayashi had, say, for example, like
Ooh.
5 cameo characters from 3 different, series, then this one might have 6 from 4 series or more.
That's fun.
Oh my god, my mind is like exploding. Plus,
I
we still
know.
don't know how long they are.
I
Which
want
is
to
also
speculate.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, are we allowed to know how long these are, or yours an approximation? I mean, are we talking about like 30-second things? Are we talking about 10 minutes? Are we talking about 30 minutes? I feel like we don't even know.
once.
1 hour, take it or leave it.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about here. If it's, just a few seconds, a minute or two, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. That's what I'm worried about. Anyway, this guy just drops these bombs at the end of our show, so we don't even have time to speculate and go nuts. But anyway,
There goes my
that
weekend.
is really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
He's sitting around like, ooh.
What did he mean?
Yeah.
That is really cool. Okay, so let's talk about this the week ahead, everybody. First off, yesterday, as you know, we the 7th Rule released a review of Picard season 3 with special guest Terry Metalis, because he knows a little something about season 3 and reviewing it. So that was a good time. Now, on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, the 7th Rule will release our review, our first segment review of, what are we doing next? Oh man, is it really that one? It is. The Measure of a Man, which is one of the greatest episodes ever. We have our guest co-host returning, our regular co-host returning, really, Denise Crosby. joins myself and Sirach Lofton. And as our special guest, we have the writer of the episode, Melinda Snodgrass. Did she do the story by? Did she do the screenplay? All of it. She wrote the freaking episode.
Did she invent poker? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody that loves poker in Star Trek and the Next Generation, that was her that started that. She started a lot of stuff. So go check that out, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time on the 7th Rule YouTube channel. She drops a lot of really interesting things for us to talk about there.
Yeah, she used to be a lawyer. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like how she even got into screenwriting, how this happened, how she got into Star Trek. She covers it all for us. It's really cool. Now, on Monday on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, this is 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. On Monday, we've got our full review of The Next Generation Season 2, Episode 5, Loud as a Whisper. Loud as a Whisper. So go check that out. Now, on Tuesday, come right back to this channel. All the news of the week is going to happen 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel. It's going to be VTC's The Main Viewer. It is the biggest event of the week, always, the day. And one of them, Larry's thing is pretty cool early on too. Larry Nemechek's got a great show. Go check that out early on Tuesdays. And then lastly, on Wednesday, we are closing out Superhero Month on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Superhero Month for the Watch the First podcast. It is 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, X-Men Evolution, the 2000 version on Disney Plus with our special guest, Colleen Cruz. She's a cosplayer and maker. That's what they call the fabricators of costumes and such. Very creative, very cool. A lot to talk about there. X-Men Evolution to close out Superhero Month. Check that out on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. That's it. It's a crazy, it's a wild, it's a nuts week. Oh, by the way, next Tuesday, the main viewer is episode number 99, which means it's obviously the week before our giant 100th episode bash. Also happens to coincide with our season 2 finale. So 2 Tuesdays from now, episode 100 celebration and season finale. Go nuts for that. It's going to be insane. We're going to be handing out prizes. There's going to be games. It's going to be a 4-hour show. Just tell your friends. Katie's going to be there.
I'll just show up randomly.
Eating popcorn. All right. Katie, can you tell everybody where they can find you, by the way?
Probably in the grocery looking for some popcorn, because that actually sounded pretty good. But you can find me on the socials at weather_Katie and on YouTube at So Many Random Fandoms.
Very nice. What about you, MelissaLongo.com?
At Melissa Longo on social media, The Introverted Republic, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon.
And Dr. Anne Marie Siegel, where can people find you when you're not rushing around New York City?
At Anne Marie Siegel 1 on Twitter. I was like, do I say the Star Trek Day surprise or no? No.
Oh, what's that?
I can't. Stay tuned.
This is how you should do it. You should say the Star Trek Day special surprise is.
Yeah. Can you believe
and
it?
And then you unmute yourself.
Yeah.
So everybody, you can find me on Twitter at RyanTGHusk. That's twitter.com, because it does say twitter.com at RyanTGHusk, or just Falling Tower, the 7th Rule, or Virtual TrekCon on your favorite social media, especially YouTube. We've got a lot more crazy stuff coming in the next few days and weeks, so it's going to be a great time. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. go get yourself a Neelix and Chill shirt. You could go to the beach. You guys want to go to the beach? Get a tank top
There you
for it,
go.
or you can get it with sleeves. You can get it as a sweater. You can get it as a candle. You could wear a candle. And
Just
the
bring
way
a
you
candle
get
to
it,
the beach.
So when you're in Scotland.
and the way you do that is you go to the description box below and you click the link in that description box, the Star Trek and Chill Shopify link. Click on that and enjoy. And it supports the show. Thank you very much for doing that. Also, keep the conversation going. When this video ends, please just hit refresh and leave your comments in the comments section below. If you're listening in, give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review, please. Doesn't even have to be nice, but we'd rather it be. We can take it though. If not, whatever. We're tough. Katie can take. She's tough.
No.
All right.
One
anyway,
bad word and I'm crying in the corner.
let's test it.
So be nice.
All right, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Glenn Iverson, Volk, Bob D, Dave Gregory, War Dog Heim, Ryan Galloway, Shag 840, Wayner, Matt Boardman, the Matt Boardman, who made this cool background, by the way. Thank you very much for that. This cool thumbnail. Chuck A, Greg Kenzo, One Trek fan, all of y'all. We appreciate you hanging out with us. And I guess that's it, May Borello. Everybody have a chill weekend.